Welcome to week 3 of Vault Recap, where we recap on all things Fallout 76 and the community that holds it together. This week we'll be covering the release of Still Reign, and we'll be taking a deep dive into legendary crafting and what not to do. And we'll be taking a butcher's at what the community have been up to this week. Some of the stuff I've got to share is amazing, truly creative stuff happening at the moment. With the release of Still Reign, we are seeing a heap of new updates being rolled out. Let's run through them. With the new questline, you get to choose what direction the Brotherhood of Steel will take and solve the mysteries behind the appearance of the super mutants. Meanwhile, at Fort Atlas, Still Reign brings a conclusion of the Brotherhood of Steel storyline. You arrive back at Fort Atlas to bring the tensions between Paladin Romani and Knight Shin reaching boiling point. After swarms of super mutants start to appear and people are reported missing, you are tasked with guiding the Brotherhood in whichever manner you choose. Will you take the side of justice, or will you remain committed to duty? Yes, I did read that straight from the website, so not very creative. But anyway, not only have they added a new quest line, they're also giving us new locations and new gear. Let's be honest, we are all most excited about new gear. I don't know how long I can wear this Vault Tech jumpsuit. In fact, Bethesda, please can we have more jumpsuits? From today, you can unlock unique gear and explore new locations as you uncover what's been happening in Appalachia. And there's this other thing they've given us. What was it again? Oh yeah, you can craft your own legend. No, not that one. No, I wish, but no. That's not who I mean either. From today, you can craft your own legendary weapons in-game. No longer is this reserved for the PTS Elite. Oh no. We mere mortals can now get in on the action and start upgrading that nocturnal fixer you've been hanging on to for the last 12 months. In a nutshell, legendary crafting means you can put those legendary modules and legendary cores to work and create your own 1, 2 and 3 star legendaries from any workbench. Legendary crafting is quite possibly the most exciting and long overdue rollout to Fallout 76 since the introduction of Wastelanders, when gold bullion became the new currency and Vault 79 was introduced. The introduction of SS armor and Stranglerheart power armor in Wastelanders meant you could acquire new rare plans from the Secret Service in Vault 79, using gold bullion which was acquired over weeks if not months from grinding events just to earn enough bullion to purchase one plan. 1650 gold bullion for a Stranglerheart helmet is a lot of time spent to waste on just one piece of power armor. You would then purchase legendary modules and craft the item, but, and it's a very big but, once you'd crafted your legendary item, you'd be left hoping and praying that you'd drawn a god tier roll, as you only got one roll of the legendary dice. It's fair to say that this feature, though exciting, left a lot to chance, and once you'd crafted your Stranglerheart helmet, or Gauss pistol, only to open your Pit Buoyancy and Nocturnal effect added to it, you were stuck with it. The grind left many people tired and fed up because hell, you couldn't even trade it. Nope, you had no option to re-roll this weapon to get a better effect. You'd have to start the grind all over again, which is why the new legendary crafting system is here to answer your prayers. With this new feature, you can re-roll your weapon or armor piece until you get the legendary effect that you've been waiting for. This is all well and good. However, there are a few do's and don'ts that you might want to take note of. But before we get to the do's and don'ts, let's quickly cover what you need to begin crafting legendaries. Legendary cores can be obtained by completing public events, seasonal events, daily ops, and from scoreboard rewards. To guarantee the highest drop rates, take part in these following events to drop 8 cores. Note, you'll need to successfully complete these events to get 8 cores. The events are A Colossal Problem, Encrypted, Free Range, and Project Paradise. All other events and daily ops drop rates range from 1 to 3 on average, depending on the success of the event. All of this information can be found on the Fallout fandom wiki. Legendary modules can be obtained by Purveyor Murmur at the Rusty Pick for 50 scrip each. To get scrip, you have to trade your unwanted legendary weapons at the Legendary Exchange machine. You can purchase 10 modules at a time from the Purveyor to get a total of 500 modules. You can also win legendary modules in the new season scoreboard, and no doubt you'll be able to buy these in the Atom shop, but that's just a theory at this point. Now, let's not forget that before you start crafting your legendary weapon, you need to have learned the plan first, or at least own the weapon. Take the Fixer for example, probably high on a lot of people's lists. If you don't want to spend 10,000 caps on a plan, assuming you can find one in the first place, simply complete the lowdown mission. and you'll be given a non-legendary fixer at the end of the Wolf in Sheep's Clothing mission. I've linked the wiki below for anyone wondering how to get to this. It also gives you some tips on how to complete the mission should you need them. Once you have your fixer in hand, you can then roll this weapon using the legendary crafting system. Now, if there is a rule about knowing the plan first, and I'm hoping there isn't, because that would take the fun and the caps out of anyone. But if that is a rule, then bear in mind that the fixer is one of the most sought after weapon plans to get because it has a ridiculously low drop rate, hence the high trade price of 7,000 to 12,000 caps. The non-legendary weapon can only be won during the Wolf in Sheep's Clothing mission, but the plan is a possible reward for successfully completing the encrypted event. However, please note that the plan will not drop until the lowdown mission is completed. For 1 star, you will need 1 legendary core and 2 legendary modules. For 2 stars, you will need 3 legendary cores and 3 legendary modules. And for 3 stars, you'll need 5 legendary cores and 4 legendary modules. Let's talk about the do's and don'ts of legendary crafting. There seems to be some confusion about how legendary crafting works, and whilst I have every faith that Bethesda will make it crystal clear when they implement this new feature with the Still Reign update, let's run through the do's and don'ts. A general rule of thumb is to upgrade weapons that don't already have a legendary effect, or you can upgrade legendary weapons that you would otherwise drop, script or trade for free. Don't upgrade legacy weapons as you'll lose all their attributes, and don't upgrade a legendary that has attributes you want to keep as you'll lose everything when you re-roll the weapon. Thanks to the CTZNGiRL Fallout 76 community for sharing this helpful PSA, which runs through tips in more detail. The community is asking you to pass a message on to every player, casual or full-time, that play this game to avoid heartbreak and rage quitting. The option to upgrade on workbenches is misleading. If you have a great little 2-star weapon and want to upgrade it by selecting the upgrade option on the workbench, it will actually re-roll the prefix and the attributes previously assigned, and you will lose the old prefix and any stats you had assigned to that weapon. Essentially, it gives you a new legendary weapon with new attributes. For example, say you have a 2-star Vampire's Handmaid and want to upgrade it to a 3-star. You could end up with a Zealot's Damage while aiming, bashing damage Handmaid. No one wants that. Here are some tips to avoid accidentally losing or destroying your gear while using the legendary crafting system. Apply skins to the gear you want to keep, because when you go to craft, they won't actually show up as an option to craft. Rename the gear you want to keep, because then you'll really have a visible memory of what it is you're trying to craft, and you'll think, hold on, I named that for a reason. That's obviously going to be a good weapon or a good piece of armor. So yeah, rename the gear you want to keep. Make a new piece of non-legendary gear that you want to upgrade, and then proceed to upgrade that piece. Always double and triple check what piece of gear you have selected before selecting the upgrade option. Thanks again to the CTZNGiRL and Mrs. P on Twitter and Facebook for sharing this really helpful PSA. Remember, no matter how many times you roll that Deathclaw Gauntlet, it will never become the unstoppable monster. Now it's time to take a peek into the community and see what nuggets they've shared with us this week. This Vault citizen was playing Fallout when he stumbled upon a group of Protectrons chatting about the weather. Naturally, he felt it only right to interrupt their little chinwag.
Unidentified intruder detected. Beginning search.
We mentioned what not to do when crafting legendaries. Well, here's what not to do when moving your legendaries. And their legacies too. So when moving your legendary armor or weapons from your Pip-Boy to your stash box, do not drop them. Otherwise, this could happen when the server decides to reset itself.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
As a player of driving games like Need for Speed and Forza, these Fallout inspired skins are incredibly creative. They've even inspired me to get a little creative the next time I log into Need for Speed. But yeah, I've got to find the time first. But anyway, just check these out. If you like reading Fallout 76 fan-inspired writing, then I have just the thing for you. This blog, created by Sassy Lady 1970, is about Margaret F. Kelly, otherwise known as Mags, and tells her story in the Wasteland. If you'd like to read this amazing Fallout fan blog, head to www.margaretkellysjournal.wordpress.com. Some insane writing, and I love reading stories like this. So yeah, go check it out. Fallout player God Dies on B posted this funny clip running around like a headless, well, I'll let you see for yourself. The only way to end this segment is to say thank you to River, the German Shepherd that inspired the creation of Dogmeat. In this tribute to River by his human, Joel Burgess, we see the story behind Dogmeat, the awards he won for playing such a beloved character in Fallout 4, and the love shared between him and his owner. We are lucky to have River, aka Dogmeat, in the Fallout world, and I would like to think that as any dog owner knows, there is no pain like losing your beloved pet. To Joel, I hope you find some solace in seeing your girl in the game, immortalised forever in one of the greatest games of all time. Rest now, River, you deserve to put your paws up. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for the next Fallout 76 Creator Spotlight in July, and I'll be back again next week for more Vault recap. Until then, be a good citizen. Peace. We are lucky to have River. We are lucky to have River, aka Dogmeat, in the Fallout world, and I would like to think that as any dog owner, fuck. All other events and daily a full list of the events is linked in the description below, or you can just head on over to the fallout.fandom.com/wiki/legendary_.